Alright, what's going on, guys? Trev back again, here to bring you another video. This one's going to be doing my final review for the first season of Better Call Saul. This one is for the season finale, Season 1, Episode 10, which is called Marco. Okay, and spoiler warning if you guys have not seen Marco yet, the season finale, of course. Alright, so just got a chance to watch the episode, have really enjoyed Better Call Saul Season 1, and as you guys know, if you've been following my reviews, I felt like the series started off stronger in the first 4 to 5 episodes than it's actually finished off. Now, that said, Episode 9 was amazing. Pimento, of course, that's where we find out that Chuck is the one who doesn't want Saul or Jimmy, and it's not Hamlin, actually. So I did like that, and this one kind of continued off that. I'd like to see how Hamlin basically, now that Jimmy knows, Hamlin is treating him differently. He's being a lot nicer to him, and feels like he doesn't really have to be the bad guy. It feels like their rapport is a lot better than what it was, of course, now knowing that Jimmy doesn't hate Hamlin. It's really just it's really Chuck. Who's kind of the bad guy here. So, and I also did like with this one how, obviously the writers of Breaking Bad, and Better Call Saul, Vince Gilligan and all the rest, everybody else that works on the show, they're very into the psychology of things, and they do a great job with that. And I felt like this one had some good psychology mixed into it as well because of how we as human beings fit into roles. It's pretty interesting with most people that if someone who they really respect, such as an elder brother or teacher or something of the sort, tells them they are something, that person, a lot of times, their behavior afterwards will start to become more like that. So they fit into that role. So if a person treats them like, okay, you are, and they've done psychological experiments on this. They've done, not anymore because it's a bit unethical, but they've done some extreme cases. I forget the name of the study, but I remember, learning about this in psychology where they would take, groups of people and they would put one in just normal people. They put one group and they'd have them they put them in the role of like a ward or a warden for like, a prison, and they'd have others that, were your inmates. And, none of them had done anything wrong or anything like that. But you just give them this role, and you kind of have them role play and this kind of thing. And it's funny how quickly people fall into roles. You've got the psychology. You have people that are the wardens or the wards. They're like beating up some of the other inmates and stuff, and being very, very aggressive, treating them like crap, treating them like this. After a short while, almost forgetting that it's it's an experiment, it's a simulation. So. And you see that a lot in people, and even in yourself too. When someone treats you as if you're something, then you're more inclined to act like it afterwards. So, of course, what we saw in this episode was after Chuck had treated Jimmy like he was a scumbag, and Jimmy knew it, that he thought he was, or he treated him like that. Jimmy's behavior altered. It changed. He slipped, so to speak. He became slipping Jimmy again. Would he have done that had Chuck not done that at all, and just Jimmy had to get down to hard work and be a partner with HHM his whole life, and as we would see later in Breaking Bad, would be completely different. But of course, this being a prequel, he has to eventually get into that role that we see him in Breaking Bad, of course, in which this one we started to see that kind of connecting to it. The finale, the part I did like most about it was the ending, of course, where he basically realized that he was not going to do the right thing anymore, quote unquote right thing, and they should probably not have given the Kettlemen's money over. They should have just taken it themselves. So as he says, he's not going to make that same mistake again. So he's kind of slipped, so to speak. His brother has told him, you are this, and his behavior now has adjusted to fit what his brother has said about him. So he has fallen into this role of slipping Jimmy, even though prior to that he was actually doing a lot of really good work in elder law and with that retirement home, Sandpiper Crossing, everything else he's been doing totally legal, totally legitimate, and doing a really good job. Now we can see him kind of slipping back into the other persona, that this other role that Chuck has specifically told him that he is still the same. And as he respects Chuck very much and he thinks very highly of Chuck, that has affected him to get him back on this path. So I really like kind of how they mixed in the psychology of that and how people fall into roles. Of course, makes perfect sense, and you even see stuff like that in the real world all the time with people. So I did like that. That's the good, especially the end. The end was really, really good when he decided to kind of go against the grain rather than trying to become a partner at this other firm. He decides he's going to screw it. He's going to just be a bad boy and do what he's been doing, what he was doing with Marco. So the flashback sequence at the beginning was good. We got to see Jimmy and Marco kind of hang out and kind of do some of their old stuff, some of it live again, or get that kind of thrill that they used to have when they used to do their little schemes and little cons and things like that. So that was pretty fun to see most of it. My favorite part of it was probably at the end when Marco talks him into one more and then actually dies as a part of it, because obviously he's very unhealthy. You can see he's way too big and stuff, and he's not healthy. So that was. The ending of that was good. The middle of it, the montage and stuff, I thought was okay. I felt like it could have been a bit better. I did like kind of the scheme for the coin thing that they did with the kind of high roller guy who's wearing the suit and all that stuff. So that was pretty slick. So all in all, this being a season finale, episode 9 felt more like a season finale, Pimento, and I like that episode far more than this one. This one felt a lot more like kind of a regular episode, and we do see there are a good number of shows that kind of do this, where even though you have a finale, a lot of times the episode before the finale can kind of be like the real finale, and it was. Episode 9 was really like the finale for season 1 of Better Call Saul. This one is kind of like one more episode you have after it, which is a lot more of a normal episode, aside from the ending where he realizes that this is who he is, and he falls back into the Slippin' Jimmy role. And it's funny how they even have kind of a name for it to personify, this other side of him, which he has allowed to take over again. So all in all, it was an okay season finale. To me, it wasn't fantastic. It wasn't terrible. It wasn't as good as episode 9, with the big reveal and twist and all that, which was amazing. So all in all, season 1 Better Call Saul, it's been a lot of fun all the way through. Started off super strong, dipped a bit, in episodes roughly around 7 through 8, I would say. Hit a peak again at 9, and then finished off with an okay finale episode. So I am, of course, excited to see season 2. It's going to be a while away. I think it's starting again next year, pretty sure. So that should be good. I really enjoy, the Breaking Bad universe, and how much some of the episodes of Better Call Saul remind me of it. And I really enjoy some of the fun jokes and different things like that. I hope next season they can find a way to kind of make it more like the first few episodes of Better Call Saul this season, all throughout the season. Have a lot of jokes, have a lot of really funny things that they're doing as they go through it. Not that I don't like the drama. I do like the drama, but I think that Saul's strongest episodes, aside from episode 9, are Jimmy's are the best when they mix in. They've got the drama, and then they also mix in a lot of really fun, silly humor as well. Really fun. So in terms of the score for this one, I'm only going to give this one a 7.5 out of 10, considering it's a finale episode, and it really didn't. It wasn't like episode 9. It didn't really wasn't that impactful. It was good, but it wasn't amazing. It was more like a regular episode. So for that reason, I'm going to give it a 7.5 out of 10. It was fun. Really enjoyed Better Call Saul Season 1. Let me know what you guys thought about Better Call Saul Season 1. Write your comments below. And if you like my reviews, of course, next year I'll be back for Season 2. Going to review every episode of Season 2 just like I did for Season 1. Really enjoy it. And do miss Breaking Bad. So it's great that we have this, because it's something rather than never getting anything again in that kind of universe that they've created. So yeah, let me know what you guys think about all that. If you like the video, please thumb it up below. If you want to help support the channel, please share it, please favorite it. And if you're new and you want to subscribe, you want to see my Better Call Saul reviews for season 2 next year, go ahead and subscribe at the bottom left. That's it for the season, guys. I'll see you for the next one. As always, it's Trev, and I'm saying peace. See you guys.